Hello, I thought I'd share with you a little exercise on creative grounding. So, we're going to be creating an image of a tree. We're not trying to create a perfect tree or even a realistic tree, we're using it as an exercise to help us settle and ground. So, you just need whatever you've got. So, it could be pencils, crayons, felt tips, or paints if you have them. I'm going to be using paints and pencil. So, and whatever paper you've got, I'm just using a cheap sketchbook. So, just let me get to a page. So, I've already made a start, and we're going to just begin by spending a few minutes doing a warm-up exercise. And what I've done is draw some trees in a circle. So you could draw around something if you like. Otherwise, you can just draw your circles freehand. So my trees are very simple. So this type of tree, just to give you an idea, the trunk is bigger at the base and goes narrow, and then you can give an impression of branches and a cloud for all the leaves. And that's it. Or that's a summer tree. Or you could do a winter tree like these ones. So just your trunk again, and then your branches, and each branch will have a smaller branch coming off it. So just spend a few minutes playing around with this tree. And you spend as long as you like doing this. I'm suggesting you spend about 5 minutes for now, but you can always pause the video and spend longer if you like. And you can always come back to it later as well. But for now, we're just warming up. So, you might like to check that you're not likely to be disturbed for the next 20 minutes or so. We're going to do a brief meditation and then go on to our tree. So, just take a few moments now just to get comfortable wherever you are. And if you can sit with your arms and legs uncrossed and sitting with a straight back, so sitting with your spine erect. Imagine maybe there's a string running through your spine up through the top of your head, so your neck's nicely balanced at the top of your spine and your head's balanced above that. So sitting with a straight back. And just letting everything settle down now. Just letting everything settle. And you close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Otherwise, you can just take a soft focus so you're looking at nothing in particular. So just letting your attention now go onto your breath as we breathe in and breathe out. And if you're comfortable doing so, just breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So breathing in, breathing out. And we're going to just lengthen and deepen the breath just a little bit. As we sit here, we're going to be imagining we're sitting like a tree. So sitting, letting the seat below you take your weight, just settling down. Letting your breath settle into its own natural rhythm. But seeing if you can let the breath be slow and even and just go a bit deeper. So to do this, we can breathe down into our belly. So if this is a new type of breathing for you, you might like to put your hands on your belly, just with your fingertips pointing, touching each other. As you breathe in, your hands apart slightly, and as you breathe out, come back together. So you feel the breath in your belly as you breathe in. your belly expanding and then contracting on the out breath. So we're just going to sit and breathe just for a minute or so, just breathing in, breathing out, just staying with a sense of a breath in the body. The body knows how to breathe. And just letting the breath settle us down and begin to ground us. And widen your attention to take in the rest of the body, being aware of the body sitting where it is, the contact with the surface beneath it, a sense of being held, a sense of being held by the surface beneath you. And now using our imagination, imagine we're sitting here like a tree, maybe standing like a tree, roots reaching down into the earth below. So feeling a sense of your feet connected to the ground beneath. Wherever you're sitting, imagine roots reaching down from the soles of your feet down into the earth below, where your head stretches up into the sky. And using our breath, sending our breath down our bodies, down to our feet, down into the earth, and back up again. So just using your imagination to send the breath travelling down and back up. As you breathe back up, letting the breath travel right back up to your heart, the area around your heart. So you might be able to imagine you're breathing into and out of your heart. Just doing it as far as is comfortable for you. So remember, you can stop at any time. Using this image of a tree that stands still and solid, whatever the weather. So the wind might blow, and in winter the trees might have bare branches, but it's still alive, still standing here in its own time. Roots reaching down, and you might imagine your roots reaching even further down into the earth below, spreading out like a network, reaching into the nutrients in the soil until it reaches and meets the roots of another tree, maybe a tree or a plant that's just nearby you, just outside somewhere, or it might be a bit further away in a park or a forest. Imagining your roots connecting with the roots of all these other trees, like a network that spreads through the earth, like a web of life. Just sitting with this image for a few moments. As you breathe in and breathe out. And you might like to use some words inside your mind. So breathing, a sense of calm or a sense of support into the earth and back up again. And now I'd like to read you a poem. So just carry on sitting where you are and just listen to the poem. It's called Arwen by Joanna van der Hoeven. There are places in you where thousands of bright tiny flowers open each morning to the sun, in meadows as vast as the sky. An ancient alchemy courses through your bones. It speaks in feathers and stones and precious metals and the footprints of mandalas left by the stories we tell with our lives. Rewild yourself until green tendrils sprout from your fingernails and lichen swathes your eyebrows. Rewild yourself until your roots spread and uncoil and rive down through soil and rock. Rewild yourself. Rise up into your magnificence and take your place among the constellations. Rewild yourself. The earth is her own medicine. Be yours. So the poem is called Awen, that's spelled A-W-E-N. It's a Welsh word, and I looked it up and it means something like flowing spirits. So it's about an awareness on a soul level, and we could extend this awareness to the whole of existence, to life itself. So being in connection with those threads that connects all living creatures, all living beings. And here's another one. This is called You Have Become a Forest by someone called Nikita Gill. One day, when you wake up, you'll find that you have become a forest. You have grown roots and found strength in them that no one thought you had. You have become stronger and more beautiful, full of life-giving qualities. You have learnt to take all the negativity around you and turn it into oxygen for easy breathing. A host of wild creatures live inside you, and you call them stories. A variety of beautiful birds rest inside your mind, and you call them memories. You have become an incredible self-sustaining thing of epic proportions, and you should be so proud of yourself, of how far you have come from the seeds of who you used to be. So now, on your next breath, becoming aware of the body sitting in this seat again. Becoming aware of your hands and your feet, moving your fingers, your toes, maybe taking a stretch if that's what your body needs. And when you're ready, coming back to a table, ready to start your tree. So I'm just going to shift a few things myself. Put the candle out. So remember, you can do this with whatever you've got. And we're just going to be doing a tree. This can be any tree, out of your imagination. So when you're ready, using whatever you got, whether it's paints or pencils, crayons, whatever paper you've got, whether it's a sketchbook or a piece of cardboard or even junk mail, just begin making some marks on the page that represent for you your tree. So your tree looks however you would like it to look. This is your tree rather than trying to make a fantastic painting. It can look however you wish. There's no right or wrong. You can use whatever colours you like. There's no right or wrong. Next time you're able to go out, get out and maybe be amongst some trees, take a look at what colours they are. What colours are the trees that you see? So I'm using acrylic paint, just in case you're wondering. So at the moment I've just watered it down a bit, but I'm also using it quite thick in places. and I'm just working on top of the colours, so I'm not worried about letting the colours dry. I'm just letting them merge together however they like. I've actually done a few of these trees, all slightly different from each other, and I found my roots actually a lot bigger now on the trees I'm doing than on the first few I did, which is interesting. So I'm going to stop in a few moments, but you can spend as long as you like on your tree. It'd be nice to see what your trees are like. So I've just used some browns, burnt umber and burnt sienna and Payne's grey and a white, and obviously a touch of green. And I've just used what brushes I've got to hand, so I've swapped brushes a few times from a bigger to a smaller one. That's washing brushes occasionally. But generally I'm just letting the colours mingle. I think that would do. I might finish it off a bit more, I might leave it as it is, but for now this is my tree. If you can see it. There we go. And I'll also show you a few others I've done. And I'm also going to finish off with one more poem and then I'll leave you painting. So this is called In the Time of Pandemic by Kitty O'Meara. And the people stayed home, and they read books, and listened, and rested, and exercised, and made art, and played games, and learnt new ways of being, and were still. And they listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, some danced, some met their shadows, and the people began to think differently, and the people healed. And in the absence of people living in ignorant, dangerous, mindless and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger passed, and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses, and made new choices, and dreamed new images, and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully, as they had been healed.